Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us by the way of Wet the Face. This is going to be one of those that you have to go to a buy, sell, trade if you're looking for this particular stamp. Um, it's been out of production for a moment, and that's what it looks like there on the inside. It's pretty firm, but it was easy to scrape out, press in a bowl, whip it up a lather. And this is patterned after a cologne that, excuse me, I think that this one here plays nice with. This is a Stirling One. I think both of them were patterned or kind of favor that same scent. At least per my nose, they come pretty darn close, but that's my nose. But anyway, yeah, this is just a 2-ounce bottle. This from Stirling. I like these green bottles, are pretty cool. Got it whipped up here in a small wooden bowl. I say it's small. It's small for me. I like bigger bowls, but it works fine. It just have to be kind of careful not to get lather everywhere. I get carried away sometimes. That's what it looks like there in the bowl. It's on the wet side, as you can kind of tell. It's moving around in there. I've got it whipped up. This is a Mac Metalworks brush handle. That's what it looks like there on the bottom. It's pretty cool. It's definitely whipped up on the wet side. It's not quite drippy, but it is wet, as you can kind of see it. It's moving around inside the bowl there. This is a pretty cool bowl. When I ordered it, it was considered a medium bowl, and it's got just a little bit of a stand right there. It makes it kind of easy to hold on to. When I first ordered, I wasn't too sure how that was going to work for me. Not only the size, but holding on to it. But I'm kind of surprised. It worked out pretty well. Blade of the day is Personna, and it came wrapped like this, and came in a box that looks like this. Every once in a while, I get on these kind of conversations, or kind of wondering, where do these blades come from? Where are they made? And sometimes it just depends. Like I say, they've got different places where they manufacture these blades. And this one here today is going to be by the way of made here in the United States. Shaver of the day. I kind of mentioned this before. This is the iKon. This is the slant razor here. And this one, matter of fact, it is quite unique. Matter of fact, I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and show you what the blade looks like. The blade itself, there's some that you can get here made stateside will have ink on them. This one here is the laser printed one. You probably can't really see it. I noticed when I first got them, it takes a bit of effort to be able to pick it up. And it is laser printed on both sides. I know sometimes some of the blades that you see made nowadays, they're only printed on laser printed on one side. And believe it or not, there is a 18 above the tie ATT. They have what they call a razor saver, and I've got one right there, and the post is long enough, plenty long enough to do such a thing. That's what it looks like there on the inside. It's pretty cool. I really like this razor. This is, if there was a razor to get, in my opinion, and if you're looking for a smooth one that's still in production, a smooth shaver, this would be, it falls in that category. I've always been able to get really nice shaves with it. I already put a hot towel to the face this morning and get with what's left of the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Preshave Cube. This one here's the Holliday version. There is one, I'm trying to sneeze. There's another version through Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's called Holliday. It's a different color one than this one here, and different flavor and whatnot, but he's doing a great job, I guess you might say, keeping the scents rolling on these pre-shave cubes, if that's a thing for you. I know for me, I do enjoy them. It does add to the shave, at least for me it does. I have just a few more slant razors to work through, if you're kind of wondering how many do I have. And I think at the end, when I get down to the last slant razor I'll use will be the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements ox blood. It's a Bakelite slant, and it looks very similar to the Monster series. Looks an awful lot like it, but it doesn't shave like those. It does not. It is the most aggressive slant razor I have, and it comes close to being the most aggressive shaver I got, period. I mean, it's the right color. It's red, and yeah, I tell you what, it's aggressive, at least in my opinion it is. But it'll be the last one, but I still got a few more to go through. And I think when I do that one there, what I'll try to do is I'll go through and put links down below for all the slant razors that I have. That way, if you want to go through and pick one that you're interested in, I'll mention it again when I get closer. But I've only got maybe 3 or 4 more shaves, slant razors, before I'm at the end of the series. But I feel like it's a pretty good introduction to slant razors. There's a number of ones that are in production and out of production that still you might be able to find on a buy-sell trade, eBay. Might have to be kind of persistent in hunting one down, but you can get some pretty nice slant razors that look really nice, because these, in my opinion, these are well made. This one here, as goes for iKon, is cheaper than the B1. Made out of different material, but still it's a nice shaver. It just depends on what your budget is. And for me, when I was looking at these over, matter of fact, the B1 I've been looking at for had my eye on it for at least, no, probably closer to 3 years. It took me a moment before I pulled the trigger on it. It's one of those things that just goes where, if you're in the hobby and on the journey, there's certain razors I've had my eye on for a good long while that I'm just getting around to pulling the trigger on them, because some of them are a little bit on the expensive side. Because I think without a handle, the B1 Slant, just the head alone is, I think, like $65 or something like that. Not exactly how you say budget friendly. You can pick up man, this smells good. You can pick up this head sometimes on a blemish version of it for like $25. Sometimes you can catch it like that. So if you already got a handle you like, or a handle that will fit this threading is not your typical one. It's slightly different. So some handles might work with it, some may not, but I picked the whole thing up pretty inexpensive. But yeah, I've always gotten nice smooth shaves with it. I don't feel like it's aggressive at all. Efficient, yes. Just I mean, there's just enough blade feel to let you know that it's there. But not so much that it's scary. Yeah, I had that ox blood the first time. Boy howdy, it's like, man, that blade feel. It may be kind of hard to see on the camera, but I have mentioned it before about how the blade will follow the contour of the base plate, and this one here does that. In other words, it doesn't start to follow and then kind of stick out. This one here follows it all the way around. I think that adds to the smoothness of the shave. I say, you can just tell that the blade is there. Very smooth. So in other words, it'd be a good one for somebody to start out on, where you don't want one too mild, but you don't want them crazy aggressive. This one here, I think, fits that bill. First pass, in other words, on this second pass, if I wanted just to do a 2-pass shave across the grain, if I altered my normal routine, I could do a 2-pass shave with this shaver. The other slant razor I've got from iKon is out of production, and it is very unique. It's not quite like what you see here. it works off the idea of how the head is on the handle. But anyway, it'll be in the next video. I've done one video with it once before. Razor refresh, change the coloration on it. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if I remember right. I think getting the scent on this one here from Wet the Face, if I remember right, I think it was not an easy chore. I think that's the reason why it's not made anymore. It wasn't the easiest one to come up with. It is something I like. So also I should mention, so on Stirling, the aftershave, Stirling One is not available at Stirling either. I guess I probably should have done that. The setup on the next shave. Where almost everything I was using, you have to go to buy, sell, trade in order to find it. I mean, this, like I say, it is really smooth. If you're interested in starting into a slant razor or falling off into that rabbit hole, because you can get different shaves with different ones and figure out which one works best for you. I know for me, I enjoy all of them, including the oxblood. I don't use it very often because I have to be very careful with it. Otherwise, I'll end up with a strawberry patch or two. In other words, a bunch of weepers. I really have to be careful with it. It is one where it demands your attention. At least for me, it does. Nice wet lather this morning. Easy to rinse off, plenty of slickness. It is one of those shaves that you could almost be on automatic. It's pretty comfortable. I would not do this speed with the oxblood, in other words. I'd have to be a little bit more cautious. But it does hold you honest on your technique. Yeah, if your technique's a little bit off, it's going to let you know about it on an oxblood. This one here, you can be just a little bit off and still be quite all right on your shave. Very nice. I mean, this is such a smooth, comfortable shave. Like I say, if you haven't started with one, this one here is not a half bad one to start with. You'll have to figure out what blade works best for you. For me, just about any Personna blade that I have, I've used them. I haven't found one yet that doesn't work well for me. But I know some folks, they can't stand them. It doesn't work well for them, and I understand. Your mileage may vary, that's for sure. Because there's some blades, folks, I mean, they still make them, have been making them for quite some time. I can't get them to work for me. Not at all. Not even close. Not even through the first pass. And usually carbon blades don't work well for me. Treat has, I think, one or two that works all right for me, but not very many of them. Tiger's got one. Yeah, I can't use it. I tried a few times off camera, and I can't get it to work for me at all. Got a little bit of stinging right here, just a little bit. Sometimes that's kind of typical for me to get a little bit of stinging, but no weepers or anything quite like that. Humphreys witch hazel. Not sure when everybody starts watching these videos, but that's what the squirter looks like. It's pretty small. Easy to come out though. Don't have to put a lot of pressure on the bottle or anything to get it to come out. There's one thing I should mention. It's been a good long moment since I've mentioned this, is that the as it goes for witch hazel and alum, I've tried using alum alone by itself and my face feels too dry. But with the witch hazel and the alum working together, they work out fine. But since I've started my journey down through the traditional shaving or wet shaving, using witch hazel on my head has definitely improved the skin on top of my head. It's a lot better than what it used to be since I started using witch hazel. So that's something to think about if you got a head that looks kind of sort of like mine. It using the witch hazel makes a world of difference for my head. Stirling One, like I say, I don't think this is available. Last time I looked, it wasn't. And for these little green bottles, that's what the restrictor looks like. Stirling, of course, like everybody else, has got sales going on for their Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, you name it. I think there's still a sale going on now at Stirling. Got a lot of these 2-ounce bottles. I think depending, the flavor, $8.75 I think is the going price for a 2-ounce bottle. Looks similar to this one here, whatever the going flavor is. And I think they got some 3-ounce containers of soap for sale. I think about the same price, $8.75 if I remember right. If you're looking for something a little smaller, a little bit more inexpensive, Stirling has got a pretty good sale going on these style of containers. Man, it does smell good though. I mean, this is wow. Yeah, my nose, it just definitely hit my nose just right. It smells wonderful. At any rate, I had a great shave today. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.